Hey everyone, you are watching Bitcoin Simplified with myself, OJ. It's time for breaking news, so don't go anywhere. Okay, so let's get started with the breaking news. The Bitcoin fork known as SEGWIT2X has just been called off. 20 minutes ago, we had a post, the first posts started already about half an hour ago, but around 20 minutes ago, it was officially announced by Coinbase, and they have here an article that explains a little bit more in detail, so let's have a look at it. Known for its strong early support from Bitcoin startups and mining pools, the plan, called SEGWIT2X, was to trigger a block size increase at block 494,784, expected to occur around November the 16th. So this is the SEGWIT2X fork that everyone's been talking about. I was about to record a video tomorrow. I was doing my research today, trying to get all of the information because I knew that now it's getting to the point where we need to get all of the things explained and simplified again for you. But luckily for me, I don't even have to go into too much details because the fork has been cancelled. The suspension was announced today in an email written by Mike Belch, CEO and co-founder of Bitcoin wallet software provider BitGo. One of the leaders of the SEGWIT2X project has argued that the scaling project was too controversial to move forward. And also we have here the actual email. So this is the email here published. I'm going to have a link, of course, in the description below the video, so make sure that you check out the links down there. You can go through that text if you want to read it in full. And the most important part is that now everyone is raving about the fact that Bitcoin is safe, that we're not going to have another fork, which is always good news because we know that with forks we had a threat of the Bitcoin value going down because of the split of the blockchain, and if we had two equally strong blockchains competing, then we would have a period of uncertainty that always drives the prices down and everything. So there were a lot of people who were accumulating Bitcoin because of the fork. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of selling going on right now, and possibly the price going down a little bit, but it will be probably just a little bit because now that people are feeling safe and more confident, there will also be a lot of buying as well. So I'm pretty sure that many people sold a lot of alternative coins in order to switch back to Bitcoin because of the fork. So we are expecting alternative coins now to have a bit of a recovery, and they already started actually. If we go to the coin market cap, we're going to see that pretty much everything is in the green today already. Some of them by 20%, 30% for YOTA. Very good, I'm very happy to see that. 30% for Lisk. They're still quite behind with the prices of what they used to be compared to Bitcoin 3 or 4 months ago, but I'm pretty sure that now around Christmas and with the coming year, the beginning of the year, springtime is actually usually very good for the crypto market. So let's have a look at some of the statistics. So the current market cap is $209 billion. Quite a big growth again we are seeing. The dominance of Bitcoin right now is 60%, 60.4%, which I'm not surprised to see. We saw it going slightly higher for a moment, and now a lot of the money will go back into alts, as I'm expecting. So the cryptocurrency market keeps growing. This is very, very important and very good for us because people like us who are using cryptocurrencies already, who have invested or maybe are trading cryptocurrencies, all we want to see right now is a bullish market. We want to see that more money will be going into the cryptocurrency market because we need to be making some profits, and I'm pretty sure that some of you have coins that you're holding and you're waiting because of Bitcoin price jumping too high and hitting them hard and then not being able to recover before the next jump and the next jump and all of that. So I can't really make predictions for Bitcoin right now. I do expect the price, currently we are staying around 7,500. I do expect it to go down for a little bit. maybe going around 7,000, and then the next target, of course, is 8,000, and then we're going towards the 10,000 mark. There was also an article here in CryptoCoin News that is talking about the 8,000 mark, which should be reached very soon. I think today, at some point, we were getting really close. We were at 7,700. Let me just see what would be the chart exactly. Okay, so yes, the price earlier went all the way up to 7,869 as far as I can see, and I noticed that, so I was thinking that perhaps it will reach the 8,000 today. That is still possible. We can still see that happening, but even if it happens, it will be a very brief one, and I'm pretty sure there will be a pullback, because we've seen quite a rapid growth here. In the last couple of months alone, we've gained a couple of $1,000s, you know, in value for Bitcoin. So that is quite a quick jump for many people. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of people holding right now and kind of waiting for the price to consolidate a little bit and to retract so that they can buy. But also, with all of these eager buyers waiting and ready, we're not really going to see the price going down too much. There are many people who were hoping to buy Bitcoin at 5,000, and they were hoping that the price will retract to the 5,000s. I personally don't see it happening after the news today. But you never know. We're going to see what's happening and what's coming. We're going to keep track on these things, and I'm going to be doing more updates. So this is everything for today. Let me just finish with explaining a little bit about the SEGWIT2X fork, because I never really did. SEGWIT2X was a proposal that was agreed in back in May in New York. It was the New York Agreement, and it was a lot of the big economical nodes and mining pools that had a meeting together and had a consensus that the SEGWIT2X will be implemented later this year. The 2X part, SEGWIT, is basically a change in the Bitcoin protocol. It's an update that allows for more data to be saved onto one block, because it separates the signatures from the actual transactions. It's a little bit technical, but in any case, the main purpose was to be able to scale Bitcoin without necessarily increasing the block size. At first it was going to be just SEGWIT, and then later on there were many miners and people who really wanted to have a bigger block size. So it was a sort of a compromise on the developers of the Bitcoin core, the people who didn't really want bigger block size. It was kind of a compromise to accept that they will increase the block size to 2 megabytes instead of 1. And that didn't really have enough consensus, apparently. So this is why we have this situation today, where that fork has been cancelled, because it was going to happen because of lack of consensus. There were a lot of miners and pools that were supporting the 2X fork, and a lot others who did not support it. And as with Bitcoin, we know that everything has to be agreed on, and there has to be consensus on any changes. When there isn't consensus, then that part of the community who is supporting the change might decide and go with it and still fork and have that change in the protocol. And the other part of the community that is using the old protocol is continuing their own way. Therefore, we're having a split of the blockchain, which is not really a good scenario. It definitely would bring a lot of panic and a lot of uncertainty, which means selling, which means price going down. So finally, we're seeing that this fork has been called off because of the lack of consensus. And as I said, the links to these articles here will be below the video, so you can go and you can read a little bit more about it. I just wanted to quickly deliver the news. It is really good news for the whole Bitcoin community, for everyone who is a Bitcoin investor or is interested in working in Bitcoin. We are seeing that the Bitcoin adoption is getting more and more every day, which means that the demand for it is growing, and at the same time the supply is limited. The supply is finite. We cannot mine more than 21 million coins. We know that we are already close to 80% of all Bitcoin being mined, and therefore the price can only go up from now on. So there is a bright future ahead of Bitcoin. I'm leaving you today on a high note with this good news. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna be back next week with my next webisode.